What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Daddy Matt. This is my channel Side Hustle. Really happy to be back. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately and haven't actually dove in to some of the original stuff that I dove into, like testing out other platforms that musicians use to further their career. So today, I want to dive into something that I have been super curious about for a long time. And I was tempted to post a video a few weeks ago, but I really wanted to give it some time where I could sit with the program and learn a little bit about it. And that is Toneden. If you haven't heard of Toneden, you can go to toneden.io. They offer some really cool promotional services targeted towards musicians and entertainers in general. I went ahead and signed up for a free trial for what they essentially call their basic plan in addition to Spotify growth ads. And this shit costs $100 a month, so it ain't cheap. But what it does is it automates a lot of the process that's needed when you're building out ads for Facebook, and then it uses them specifically in your IG stories. Say hello, Asia. You really want to be a part of this video, huh?
Well, say hello. Say, I got a haircut and I'm awesome.
Mm-hmm. Happy to have the dog here. But as I mentioned, really Toneden, it's a really cool way, probably the only platform that I've seen that you can automate ads. So meaning you can go in there with literally nothing except for your Spotify profile and some pictures, and they will format the pictures for you, they will target the audiences for you, they will start running campaigns for you, and they will deliver results. Now, what I want to dive into today is what they're actually doing. What do those look like, right? So many people are going in and they're just signing up for this, they're signing up for the program, they're seeing their followers go up from it, spending anywhere between 50 cents to $2 per follower, depending on what target audience they're going after. And they're seeing results, right? But I want to see, are those results actually noteworthy, right? Are they coming from super low-cost countries? Are they using a low-cost strategy? What areas are they targeting? Are they targeting multiple areas? How are they using your ads? And I just really want to weigh the positives and what are you doing? The positives and the negatives of both, so that you guys can take a fair look at it. I'll tell you what I've done personally. I'm not actually paying for the service. So I just did a free trial just to test it out. I did it for 2 weeks. I spent probably about, I don't know, 150 to 300 bucks on the campaigns. And I did see some results. So I'm gonna go through those results, and then I want to go a little bit further and show you guys what I did after optimizing that campaign for what I'm more interested in, as well as the ability that I have to make lookalike audiences off of that. We won't go too deeply into that, but I just want to give you an overview of Toneden, my personal and honest review of whether or not I think it's worth it, and what you can do and what you can leverage from that free trial, regardless if you end up signing up for the $100 a month program or not. And I also want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We just passed 220 subscribers yesterday, which may not sound like a lot to many, but it means a lot to me because I've started, and I remember having 5, 10, 15 subscribers, and just amazing to see these videos do well over time. So appreciate y'all, and with that, let's dive right into it.
All right, let's get it. So, as you can see here, they say, they have several different things they can offer, right? They want to update your social media strategy. They want to give you ad campaign advice. And they do this a lot. They do this for like companies who are trying to sell products via e-commerce. They're doing it for communication tactics. They're doing really for what I'm interested in is how to grow on your audience of choice, and they allow you to start a free account, right? So I already have an account. I'm going to go to the next area. This playbooks, actually. We should probably take a look at that before I dive into this. But basically, they have these playbooks, right? And this is what I leveraged. I leveraged a playbook that allowed for conversions to my Spotify link. So when I post a ad, specifically on IG stories, if they click on that ad, they go to my Spotify page, and then of course, we track if they follow, how many unique conversions we got, and there's a lot of, look, this has worked for a lot of people, but today I want to look under the hood and see how it's working, why it's useful, and maybe why or why not you would want to use it. Okay, so the next page is here. Okay, so we have, my plan. So again, I used a 14-day free trial on this. I'm fairly certain you can do that if you just make up so you can just make up an account. And so with that, you get the basic plan, right? The basic plan isn't what I wanted. That's the problem. So you have to pay $50 a month no matter what, which means you get all social integrations, you get custom link branding, you get Facebook Messenger, automated ads platforms, and $500 max monthly spend. So that could be a deal killer for you right there. If you want to spend more than $500 a month on ads, congratulations, you're killing it. And I applaud you for that. But really, this is an area where I think, it could be a hindrance depending on how you're looking at it, right? Pro plan, of course, if you want to do everything, you get everything you got in that one, plus $1,000 monthly ad spend and a lot of support and guidance, they say, which I actually wouldn't doubt that. They have appeared to pay close attention to the detail of their customers and taking care of their customers. So I want to commend them for that. But this is really what we want, right? This is the Spotify growth ads, a campaign strategy optimized to grow your fan base on Spotify. So that costs $100 a month. You sign up for it, bam, right? So let's say that you're doing the free trial. That's what I did. I'm going to show you guys the campaigns that I ran during my initial Spotify growth ads. And then honestly, I want to show you guys what all they did, right? So let me go over to the campaigns real quick. So I ran 2 campaigns. Neither are open right now. But what you can see here is that the first one, which was the first week, I spent about $50. I had 295 unique clicks, 14 new followers, 17 cents per click, and the click-through rate was almost 0.10, so 0.009. Okay, so I had a daily budget of 20, so actually means I only ran this for three days, which is not nearly long enough time to optimize, right? But this is how they broke it down, right? They brought it into 3 different markets, so a tier 1 Spotify user market, tier 2 Spotify user market, tier 3 Spotify user market. And then this was really the cool thing, is they actually automated. So when you go through that process, they created an ad here just for my Spotify profile for people to click. And they also tell you which one does the best, right? So this was my best ad that week. I also threw in this one. This one did fairly good. I had this one as well. So these are from different tiers, right? So this was tier 2, tier 1, tier 3. And there were other ads that we had, right? I want to show you guys because I did one that I thought would do super well and it did horribly. It's this one. Yeah, so I made this ad and it just did not go very well. Not a lot of people were interested in seeing the video, which was really super weird to me because I went and I actually gone and optimized this ad even further so that it is in format with the screen, and I ran it on my second campaign. Still didn't do very well. So that's just something to take note of. These automated ads they're creating here, they work. I mean, they just do. Like, they're not. And you literally don't have to go shoot a video or do anything. So that might be the most valuable piece of this, is that they legit just give you these. Now, could you make these on your own? Absolutely. If you have Photoshop, absolutely. But for those of you who aren't interested in doing that, then don't, and go leverage this and use the free trial and get these made for you, because I saved these on my desktop and pretty happy with them because they're still what I'm using today. So as you can see here, let's see when the days were run. So this was run, okay, I started Tuesday. Of course, I couldn't get anything running because my ads were all messed up. And Facebook ad accounts, man, I've gotten better at it. Just trust me, fight through it. If they give you trouble, like they have for me, and you have to go and submit a ticket, just do it. Trust the system. Try your best to be patient, because I went ballistic several times when Facebook has blocked me out of doing ad accounts. But it's working now, so thankful for it. Just be aware that happens from time to time, and you'll be okay. Just let them know what's going on and why your ad shouldn't be, flagged. Continuing on. So we have here, started on a Wednesday. Budget was optimized, so they do that, started at 10:19 a.m. Approximately, not quite 12 hours later, they optimized it. They optimized it again the next morning after 12 more hours. They optimized it again that evening after 12 more hours, and so on. And essentially, that's what they're doing. They're going and trying to go after those markets that you're optimizing. Now, the problem with this is they did make this into 3 different tiers of Spotify markets that you could potentially go after, right? And what that means is that when they're going to put more money towards the area that's doing the best, right? So, as you can see here, they didn't actually make a lot of changes since this Wednesday, but they did increase, the tier 1, which is great, right? That means the top tier users. Those are users in traditionally first world countries, in many cases English speaking, but not all. Bunch of Spanish-speaking countries as well as several other languages, and then there's tier 2, which are just essentially countries that aren't necessarily third world, but they're not necessarily at the top of the list in terms of first world either, and then so on. So this is kind of what the results were, right? We got $50 spend, 14 new Spotify users, and $3.63 per new follower, which is dog shit. So I would not recommend this ad. But I optimized it, and that's not how it all played out, right? So this was the second week. You get 2 weeks of this thing, and I said, all right, I gotta fix this. Let me figure out how to make this campaign a whole lot more effective. And as you can see, we did. We spent $123. We got 137 new followers. Lowered our cost down to 90 cents per new follower, which ain't bad. I cannot say that's too bad. Again, you can go through here. You see that this was the one that worked the best. They gave me sort of that information to know that, hey, this is the one that's costing the lowest per transaction, right? Or per click through. Oh shoot, you guys can't see that, can you? Hold on. There you go. Maybe you can see this a little better now. So it's 6 cents, 7 cents, and so on. So that out of the way, this and it's the same thing, right? And so you're wondering, it's like, well, sure, this is cool, but like, what are they actually targeting? Who are they actually going after? Okay, so a couple things that I should mention. When I first hopped on, and I did this, I put in artists who I sound like, who I thought they might be interested in following. If you follow, for example, I think I put like Post Malone, I put like Russ, I put Maroon 5 in there, I put some other kind of wild cards in there, but generally pop or hip hop pop music, and that was part of this whole demographic, and that's how I went and found these individuals that's how I started targeting, right? So anyways, you've seen how this works, right? 137 followers. Now what I want to show you guys, and I think what will be the real meat and potatoes of this video, is I want to show you guys what the hell actually happens when you go into your ad account and you see what they're doing to automate, right? So that way that you can go, and I'll show you I believe I have the older duplicates of the campaign. So I've made a ton of changes to my campaign since they first kicked off, but let me go ahead and show you guys this one, because I think it has everything that we had in it, right? Another thing that I'll say here is I was actually only running these videos, and this is a pro tip. Please, only if you're looking for the best campaign budget, do not run your ads on the weekends. It's much more expensive to run your ads on the weekends, which would make sense. There's a higher volume of people on it per day, and therefore it just costs a little bit more money. So we are here. This is the first ad campaign that they put together, right? You can see here, you're paying about 12 cents per result, 12 cents per result. Now these are for tier 3 and tier 2. We're gonna look at that in a second. But tier 1 was actually 7 cents per result, which is fascinating to me because these are traditionally the audiences that should be more expensive. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the ads aren't optimized for that audience. But let me go in here and just show you guys what we have here. So we have, this is a single image or ad. It is exclusively on, I wonder if it's not. So I can't show you this for some reason, but this is exclusively on Instagram ads. Sorry, Instagram stories. So there's that. Then this was, there you go. Okay. Yeah, so here you go. So this I can't show you. So this is exclusively on stories, which is how we want it, right? And that's part of the reason these are so effective, because stories are a whole lot cheaper than other ads. Okay, so location, living in Bahrain, Algeria, Nicaragua, Oman, Palestine, Paraguay, Tunisia. God, I'm bad with foreign names. I'm sorry, guys. Just trying to read them the best I can. Vietnam. So these are the areas that are targeted with this, right? In addition, I added in all these, and a lot of these were automated, but I put in a lot of different, artists that I thought if an individual listened to these, then they would likely be into my music as well. Okay, and then we had the manual placement. So that's tier 3, right? And of course, that was, these roughly, what was that, 8 or 9 countries. Now let's look at tier 2. Tier 2, this was Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Estonia, Hong Kong, Iceland, Luxembourg, Latvia, Monaco, Malta, Malaysia, Peru, Poland, Portugal, Singapore, Turkey, Uruguay. Okay, so this is also interesting, right? This is a tier 2 audience, same people, in terms of what they watch, and it's also on Instagram stories. And then lastly is our tier 1. Let's look at all the countries that are added in that. Okay, we got the Netherlands, Austria, Australia, Islands, Belgium, St. Bartholomew, Brazil, Canada, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, Spain, Finland, France, United Kingdom, French Guiana. God, I'm bad with these. Ireland, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Netherlands, Norway, New Zealand, French Polynesia. Ugh, God, I'm bad with names. Sweden, French Southern Territories, United States Minor Outlying Islands, United States, U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay, so this is our tier 1, and all these, just for you aware, were all genders and ages 15 through 50, with of course the same original detailed targeting interests that I added in the first one. And it's on Instagram stories. So this is a breakdown. This was automated, right? This is what Toneden did. They went and made these 3 different tiers, and they automatically selected these countries based on their own data and their own principles, right? And so I ran those, right? And as you can see, overall, we had the best results from this. Also, not the most amount of money spent. That's crazy. So we actually spent more money in the tier 2 Spotify markets and had less results. And the reach was much further. So that's crazy, right? The results they go way better in the tier 1 Spotify market. So just in general, if you guys wanted to just go ahead and just turn these 2 off whenever you go into your Facebook and you start one of these campaigns, great. And by the way, I just duplicated the campaigns they gave me, and I'm literally using the exact same data they put together. So if you could just go toggle these bars off if you wanted to, and you could essentially go and just make it to where you're only doing the tier 1, which for me was the most effective, basically through their automated campaign. Okay, now let's go to the one that we're running right now. Now, the other thing to note here is they're going for the bid strategy of lowest cost, and I'm not against that. I think that is, if you're targeting the right audience, that's perfect. However, if you just leverage the campaign that they gave you, this could be not as productive. What I mean by that is it's going to be more difficult for you to get audience members from the tier 1 companies, because they're just generally not going to cost as little as it would for a tier 2 or tier 3 country. And that's just really how it goes with Facebook. So lowest cost, if you want to do that, you really need to be super targeted. So let's see what I did to make it targeted. So first thing I did is I went in and I created a lookalike audience. You guys can still do this, and basically what that means is you go through and you take a conversion based on that. So I think for this initial campaign I've had like 5, let's go for lifetime. Lifetime. Okay, so we've had, 3,000 results. You need 1,000 results from a specific country to be able to, we've had 5,000 results in total, or over 5,000, but you need a specific country to target. So in this case, I picked Brazil because that was one that had like 3,000 results for me, and I am targeting that based off the people who follow me in Brazil, right? And there's a portion of my $36.25 that are going towards that every day. Now, here is the one that it's currently learning, and I changed it a couple days ago, and I'm super excited about it. This is the one that I think would be the most valuable to the vast majority of people who watch this if you're looking to grow an audience in the US. So what I did is, look, we know that this works pretty well, right? We know that this whole campaign works pretty well. We know that this ad that they're running right now has the highest conversion rates. And we also know that if you go into the user market here, that we are only going after the people who live in the United States, again, 15 through 50, all genders, and these are the same sort of interests that we put in here, as well as Spotify, because we do want them to be Spotify, and this has gone through Instagram story ads. So we go back here and we look, and this is just been running for a pretty short amount of time, so 3 or 4 days, and we've already had 250,000 reach, 315,000 impressions, and 1,673 results fairly quickly. Again, this is learning, so it's just going to continue to optimize over time, and this is how I would recommend leveraging Toneden strategy. Go in, pick the audience that you want. So whether, if you're in the US, then pick the US. If you're in Australia, use Australia. If you're abroad and you want to build an audience in the US or any country for that matter, target it as such. The other cool thing about this is it was very easy for me to get lookalikes from this. So again, I made another campaign, and now my budget is being distributed equally between these two markets, right? So we have the lookalikes, which are, again, from Brazil for me. I'm trying to build an audience in other countries as well, but I just thought, hey, let's get some data on this lookalikes and see what that looks like. Hopefully, eventually, I can have some that are exclusively in the US, which will come, and I'll make a lookalike audience on that. But essentially, this is just a look at how you can go in and create a detailed audience, basically for free. So you go sign up for Toneden, you get their 14-day free trial, and this is what my recommendation would be. If you're curious about how to leverage Toneden and whether or not you think it's worth it, I do not know if spending $100 a month just for them to create a detailed targeting campaign is the best move. I wish there was a way to just pay them like $20 to do that automated, because I'm not going to go spend $100 a month on their service, particularly when I can go and look under the hood and see exactly what each of these ads and their targeted demographics are going after. I can look at it for a few days during the 14-day trial, and then I can go make adjustments, which is exactly what I did. And that's what my recommendation is to you. You can do it essentially for free. You just go to Toneden, sign up for a free trial, go ahead and start up your campaign specifically for Spotify campaigns. Go ahead and sign up for that for the 2-week free trial. Go take some of your Spotify profile, make some pictures, use their automated algorithm to be able to create some ads. And then you just need to start sending those ads out and getting some data on them and making adjustments. Of course, as I mentioned, I think the best move here for a lot of people is just to go and click those tier 2 and tier 3, toggle those bars completely off, and then just go and turn on the tier 1 Spotify user markets and just see which one has the best results there. But if you want to take it one step further and you want to target it, I would pick the country that you want, like I did with the US. And then the lookalikes, again, this is not really to do with Toneden. That's just after you get data from conversions, which of course I did through this Toneden campaign. I think that's also interesting, and perhaps we'll set up another video where I can dive deeper in how I did that and why it's useful to you. But at the end of the day, I hope you guys found this interesting, right? I think there's a lot to be done with Toneden. I just don't think that it's worth $100 a month. And even if it was, the ability to access this data that they're putting as soon as they create the campaign, if you're just willing to do a little due diligence and go in and adjust those campaigns, not only can you make them more effective, a whole lot better for your bang for your buck, but you can also have a template that they provide you and really just come straight out of box and cancel your subscription within 2 weeks. weeks. So highly recommend trying it this way. In terms of paying for Toneden, I think if you just want to go and pay $100 a month and you're putting in, you know, a $500 a month strategy and you just don't want to think about it, sure, go right ahead. But if you're willing to do a little extra work, I do think it's worth it, and it's free, really. Well, at least you have to pay for the ads, but you don't have to pay $100 a month, which, in my opinion, it could be another $100 used towards ad spend. So, to me, it's a no-brainer. As far as I'm concerned, you should totally go do this. You should go make some ads. If you're interested in making ads, you should go sign up for Toneden. You should get the automated ads created for you. You should go adjust them to your liking, and like I did, and you should be off to the races. So hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, my name is Daddy Nat. This is my channel Side Hustle. This is another informative video for those of you who don't know, and if you'd be interested, I am doing live streams several times a week, sort of sporadically at the moment, and just going and creating and showing you guys my writing process. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Check my Instagram, check my YouTube, check my TikTok, and I'll show you guys not only some of that content that I've produced as I've been doing that live, but also when you can come and tune in and see me do these live streams on a regular basis, going at noon every weekend. And I am going, sort of in the evenings during the week because I do have a day job still. Anyway, don't mean to ramble on. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope you guys found this content to be super useful. Hope you're being safe during COVID. Again, my name is Daddy Nat. This is my channel Side Hustle. This is my review on Toneden's Spotify ad campaign strategy. Again, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for passing 200 subscribers. And, y'all stay safe out there. So appreciate y'all. Catch you next time. Peace.